ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Sheikh Mishal, and also officials from the embassy, including Hassan Al Khalifa, the economic officer, the commercial office, and others.
Qatar Free Zones Authority is an innovative new entity with an incentive package that is attracting many U.S. companies to Qatar. This will increase U.S. private sector interest and investment in Qatar, while also increasing U.S. exports and creating jobs in both countries. A number of our really leading and exciting chamber members are already have partnerships in the free zones. Microsoft, Google, Exxon, you know those little small companies. But if I always say, if that's where they're going, that's where everybody else sort of think about how to get there and work directly with the zone and also with the U.S. companies that'll be there. I'm particularly hopeful and impressed that some of our mid-size and smaller members have also taken advantage of this partnership and investment activities, including companies like Inventus Power. We always look forward to dealing with His Excellency, the Chairman, as he understands how to do deals quickly, and he makes sense for both parties.
Since Qatar, moved to more knowledge-based, economy-based, and we have invested a lot in building our infrastructure, which is whether the fiscal infrastructure or the social infrastructure. So we are ready now to welcome our friends and partners, and the free zone become as an economic development platform to create the ecosystem to make all the US companies or the international companies enjoying the top advanced infrastructure that we have created here. Successfully attracting big companies and big name, and most of them top niche, technology and tech companies. And I'm very proud to brought, Microsoft, Google, which choose Qatar and the free zone as the first location in the Middle East. And we will announce soon more initiative with Google. I cannot discuss it today, but it will come in the official announcement about what's the details of our strategic partnership on the ground. You might be also aware we have signed with Thales competitiveness digital competitiveness centers, which focus on the anti-drone and also the big fan ID for big event and the security side of it. And that's very strategic initiative with Google, and that add huge value. We also making big investment through our venture fund and TradeShift, and we are creating with them the Middle East base, and they will come and explain their partnership later on with us. And that's a strategic location, and we are enabling them in the Middle East from our zone. DHL also one of our logistic main partners, and we are also finalizing with others coming very soon. Inventus Power, as I mentioned, it's a very successful story, and I'm proud, to be one of our first key, investment via our venture capital fund. And we will enhance and encourage you if you are expanding your operation regional. You have very good market. You have Iraq, you have Pakistan, you have India, you have Asia. You can access, you have Africa. So you can go, and the Middle East, of course, you can go with this partner and they can serve you, with the same arrangement or a new arrangement, even outside our border. And that's the whole concept of the free zone. Unique location for supply chain, long-term partnership, attractive workforce access, ease of doing business, strong and tangible support, world-class infrastructure with a country which has the highest capita GDP, worldwide. So what do you need more? Small, lean, efficient, fast, and we can create a long-term partnership with you. And that's all what I want to say.
It's very impressive.
So the people I've met, the people I work with are world class, very focused on business and supporting your business. And the infrastructure investment is incredible, right? So for R&D centers and so forth, we're already partnering with the local centers there. Plus, we're going to build a regional development center that's going to be integrated with our development centers today we have in the U.S. and in Asia. And as far as getting talent and so forth, it's readily available. So our experience so far has been excellent. So that's my input.
Thank you, Patrick. And I want to say one word. We are trying to give you the best, but we can assure you that, anything missing, even in the future, that will not stop here. So our intention to not stop at what we are giving to you today. And I'm very pleased that this is your remark and reaction, but rest assured that we will continue upgrading and updating our system, and all investor, ideas, challenges will be into consideration and will be sorted out. Whatever, we are a new entity, we are a new organization, but that's the intention, to rest assured that we will not stop here.
The thing I was really impressed about, and that we're also really excited about, is really the Free Zone's dedication to creating really the most cyber secure free zone in the market. Now, security is like a tool, right, to help us stay more resilient and keep our data safe. But, I think the whole COVID crisis is even more of shines a brighter light on our complete and utter reliance, if we're operating today, on our network and IT systems. And the Free Zone, I know, is working very hard, both on core IT infrastructure and also building infrastructure, to make the most secure free zone in the world, and really promote that and use that as a tool to attract, leading businesses. And it's obvious, getting Google, Microsoft, those guys to come in and build the data center is just an absolutely fantastic accomplishment. And I think that's going to bring a heck of a lot more high-end tech companies. So we're just delighted to be working with you and be part of the Qatari economy.
Following a top international standard. So, from anti-money laundering, for example, from, terrorist financing or any aspect, we are really very, focused to make sure you are served an environment that follow the best, not the best international standard here. So we don't want any accident to lower, our zone here. And Qatar in general, the Prime Minister, I can confirm that we are shooting and we have upgraded our legal system, including putting new laws to cope with the best international practice. So just to make sure the whole ecosystem is unified here and to provide you, with the best service. And therefore, we've been recognized by the World Bank indices for ease of doing business and the World Economic Forum as one of the best, 10 jurisdiction of doing business globally.
Look at the Qatar Free Zones. They are not your traditional, companies that are operating in the Middle East. These are newer types. And Qatar will need those newer types as you look at the 2022 games. And I know you are looking at sports entertainment, sports health, the educational cities that are there, that have been there for so long. So I think our mutual challenge and opportunity is to work towards getting the word out more, not just in the Washington area, but outside of it, and then continuing to do so, because I think that truly the companies that have been there that are not your traditional companies that have large offices and infrastructure in the Middle East have benefited. So we see this as the start of the next phase of our work with the Qatar Free Zones.